Good morning. Welcome to our yoga practice. We are making our way to the mat. We probably have 2 to 3 minutes before class gets going, so a nice amount of time to settle in, make your space, grab anything you may want nearby as part of your practice. And as you make your way to the mat and create that comfortable spot for yourself, if there's anything you'd like nearby to incorporate into your practice, maybe a block or a strap or a bolster, go ahead and grab that now. Kind of keep it within arm's reach. Still probably another minute or two before we get going. As we make our way to the mat, you can use this time to really sit quietly and start to gather your thoughts to center in. Or you could use this time to invite in gentle movement, kind of warming up the body, growing a little awareness, really making it your own. You may or may not be able to see her, but we have a fluffy visitor who is lounging near us today. She may want to become part of the practice. We shall see. So just another minute or so. We are going to begin standing today if you wanted to head that way. We're getting closer to time. We'll start making our way to that standing posture, somewhere near the front third of your mat. You can set the feet maybe hip width distance or even slightly wider than that, creating a nice solid base for yourself. And as you find your way here, maybe spread the toes a little bit, drum them out, just feel that connection, shift the weight, and then start to find that center where you feel solid, fully connected. And then draw the awareness up from that foundation through the ankles and the legs. Maybe a little softness at the knees here, through the hips, up the spine as we stand tall. We let the shoulders drop away from the ears. Arms are kind of loose at our side here. Maybe you flip the palms forward, pinkies towards the legs. A gentle tuck of the chin, very small movement. We lift the crown of the head and stand in our Tadasana, our strong mountain pose. We'll begin to deepen the breath. Allow the inhales to really fill the lungs, expand the chest. And those exhales to help you release, soften a little. See if you can match the length of your inhale to the length of your exhale. You can give yourself a little count in the head maybe to help you find this breath. When you're ready, on an inhale, we'll lift the arms. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Nice big inhale, scoop the air around you. Bring the hands together overhead. Exhale, hands to heart, elbows go wide, palms press together. Inhale up, reach tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Big inhale. This time we'll meet with the hands overhead, interlace the fingers, and then we'll gently tick-tock left and right. Gentle movement, move at your own pace here. You could start to press the hip out as you gently shift the weight from side to side. Both feet stay connected to the mat. Deepen that stretch through the side body. Notice that connection from the ribs up into the shoulder, into the arm. And likewise, notice it down through the hip into the leg. We'll slow it down, find stillness at center. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll let the arms be loose by our side. Take the feet a little wider here. Maybe they're to the edge of the mat, maybe they're just inside. Soft knees, soft hips, arms are loose. And we'll start to just rotate the body. Let the arms swing. Maybe they knock on your low back. The hands or the feet can stay rooted down here. Or you could gently lift the heel, coming onto the ball of the foot. That might allow you to take the twist a little deeper. But kind of see where your body's at today. We loosen up. One more breath here. Slow it down. Come back to center. Reset the feet again to that starting place. Might be hip width distance, might be slightly wider. We stand tall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale down to forward fold. Let the head and the shoulders hang. Hands can reach to the earth. You could grab elbows and ragdoll. If you're looking for a little more support, maybe hold on to the shins or even the thighs here. We are just warming up. The body is getting used to our shapes, waking up. Shake the head a little, yes and no. Find stillness. If you're holding elbows, go ahead and release the hands down to the mat. We'll take a generous bend of the knees. Lower the hips, belly to thighs. Find your foundation and rise up. Back to our Tadasana. Inhale the arms up, meet with them overhead. You can interlace the fingers here. As we take the arms over to the right, press the left hip out. Also, if having both arms overhead here isn't serving you, you can bring that right hand to right hip. More of the weight is sitting in the left foot, and maybe you'd like to try pointing those right toes. Again, you can have both arms up here, right hand on hip. Keep an open heart. We'll come back to center. Find that neutral, and then take it to the left. Right hip presses out. That weight shifts into the right foot more. Hands can stay connected. Left hand could come to left hip. You have that optional toe point with the left toes. Continue to breathe as you find whichever variation of the shape works for you today. You can come in and out of it as you need. A little softening through the shoulders. Inhale back up. Exhale, gently release the arms down. You can give them a little wiggle. As we heel toe the feet together, toes together, heels together. Arms will begin at our side, and we'll gently sit the hips back as we bring the arms forward and up, like you're holding a big beach ball. Squeeze the legs together here in chair. Gently draw that tailbone down. If having the arms outstretched isn't serving you, you could bring hands to heart center as well. And then when you're ready, on an exhale, take the hands to the mat as the hips lift up, and we find ourselves in forward fold. We'll engage the core as we inhale up to half lift, our 7 shape. Hands to shins or thighs. Navel draws in toward the spine. Strong core here. Exhale as you release. Generous bend of the knees as we lower the hips. Root down and rise up. You can leave the feet where they are. You could take them back to that starting place. Hip width or slightly wider. Inhale the arms up. Exhale as we forward fold. Take a breath. Strong back as we inhale up to half lift. On an exhale, release. We'll plant the hands, slide just the right toes back as you find yourself in runner's lunge. We've got a nice stack, knee over ankle or slightly behind it. Hips are sitting low, long spine. Lower the right knee. You can leave the toes curled or you can uncurl them, yogi's choice, as we're here in our low lunge. Taking a moment to find our foundation, to let the hips sit low, a nice stretch through the front of that right leg. Concentrating on your base as we find some stability, lift up. Open the heart. Inhale the arms up. Palms face one another, fingers towards the sky. Our warrior one in low lunge. We'll invite in a little twist as we turn to the left. You could open the arms wide. You could bring left hand to left hip. Right arm is out in front of us, the palm toward that left side, or you can take palm down to the earth, yogi's choice. And then back to center, that warrior one in our low lunge. Exhale as you bring the hands down, curl the right toes, lift off of that knee. Give yourself a little rock. Step the right foot forward. Take a breath and forward fold. Plant the hands, step the left toes back. That runner's lunge. Set your foundation. Hips sit low. Nice bone stack. Protect our joints. Lengthen the spine. Breath remains steady. With control, lower that left knee. And again, you can curl or uncurl the toes. We'll take a few breaths here in our low lunge. Awareness on the hips. That connection down into the left leg. Stay nice and centered. As you move that focus to your foundation. Finding stability as you lift up, nice and controlled. Inhale the arms up. Let the shoulders drop away from the ears. You can keep a little softness through the arms here. These don't have to be perfectly straight. I usually have a little bit of a bend at my elbow here. The gaze is forward. And then when you're ready, we'll take that little twist as we open to the right. And again, you can have both arms wide. Not really feeling my shoulder today, so I'm going to take right hand to right hip. And again, that left hand is out in front of us. Palm can be open to the wall, or you could rotate it down. Take the gaze to the side with you. Stay focused and centered, present in your pose. On an inhale, we'll return back. That warrior one in our low lunge. On an exhale, hands to mat. Curl the left toes, lift off of that knee. Give yourself a little rock. Step the left toes forward. Forward fold. Take a breath. Generous bend of the knees, belly to thighs. Find that foundation and then rise up. Back to our Tadasana. We're going to move through our Sun A. We're going to take it a little slow this first go around, and then we'll do it again afterwards to a breath pace. So from our nice starting place, we'll inhale the arms up. Exhale as we forward fold. We'll take a breath here. Inhale up to half lift. Strong core, strong back, hands at shins or thighs. The elbows move away from the ears. Exhale as you release. Plant the hands, step one foot back, and then the other, finding yourself in high plank. You can lower to the knees here if you like as well. We're going to take a breath. And with control, elbows tight to the body, we'll lower down through Chaturanga to the belly. Uncurl the toes. Inhale up to your cobra. We haven't done a lot of back work yet, so a baby cobra might be great here. Maybe it's a middle lift somewhere. The gaze is forward. And gently release. Curl the toes. We'll press up to that extended tabletop. This is always a transition that's available as we move through our Sun A's, even if I don't call it. And then when you're ready, lift the knees, hips go up and back. Down dog. We'll take a moment to explore here. Fingers are spread wide, helping us grip the mat. Maybe there's a generous bend at the knees to help you find a flat back, especially if the hamstrings are tight. You can shift the hips a bit here as we explore. Pedal out the feet, or just hold. Take one more breath here. On an inhale, we'll look toward the hands. Exhale as we bring the feet to meet them. Forward fold. As you're in your forward fold, check to see where the weight is in the feet. You're all the way back on the heels. Gently shift the hips forward slightly. Let more of that weight sit in the front half of each foot. Inhale up to half lift. exhale as you release. Nice big inhale. We'll draw us up, scoop the air. And then we exhale, hands to heart center. Nice. So that is the sequence. We'll do it again to our breath pace, but if my breath is a little faster or slower, no worries. Go with where you are, and then we will all end up back in the same place together. So again, feet can stay hip width distance. You could go toes together, heels together, yogi's choice. Our nice Tadasana. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale as you release. Plant the hands, step the feet back. High plank, lower down. Strong arms. Uncurl the toes. Inhale up to your cobra. Exhale as you release. Curl the toes. Press the hips up and back. Down dog. We'll take 3 breaths here. On an inhale, look toward the hands. Exhale the feet toward them. Forward fold. Inhale up to half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale as we rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll move right into that again. Big inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Find a little rhythm. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step the feet back. Lower down. Use your triceps. Uncurl the toes. Inhale up to your cobra. Exhale as you release. Curl the toes. Hips go up and back. Down dog for 3 breaths. Heels are reaching toward the earth, though they may not touch it. On an inhale, look toward the hands. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to fold. Big inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice. We'll release the hands. We'll head to center spot somewhere on the mat as we prepare for our balance. So if you want to move near a wall or have a chair or desk or something nearby, the couch, that could be a nice little touch point, somewhere to set a hand. If your balance is feeling a little off today, we're going to do eagle pose. So it does have an arm portion and a leg portion. If you don't feel like doing the arms or the legs, you can do one or the other. So to start, we'll pick our balance leg. I'm going to begin with my left. And we'll build that foundation. Again, just like at the start of practice, spread out those toes, drum them out, make sure they're connected down, feel that full connection, and then draw energy up. Hip is in line with the body. We'll come onto the ball of the opposite foot. Stand tall. We'll start to lift the right leg, or whichever leg you're flying and crossing. And we'll cross right thigh over left. There's a little bend here at the left knee. And you could stay here. You could tap the right toes down, eagle legs. You could let them fly, or you could wrap those toes around the calf. There's a couple spots you can go, and you can touch that toe down anytime you need. We'll take the arms up to a V. Lower left under right. At the elbows, make that little cross. And then wind them up. Maybe palms come together. Maybe you go back of hand to back of hand. Maybe you just give yourself a nice big hug. So again, variations. Keep a little softness in the hips. Tap a toe down anytime you need, remembering to breathe here. Are all wrapped up. Really focusing in. Take one more breath here. When you're ready, on an exhale, unwind arms and legs, letting it all go. Shake out that supporting leg, give yourself a wiggle, and we'll prepare for the opposite side. So from that foundation, build from the ground up. Get that connection. Strong supporting leg, core is engaged, hip is in line. We come onto the ball of the opposite foot. Lift it up to let it fly. Cross left thigh over right. You can let those toes touch down. Each side's going to be a little different, so tune into where you are. Maybe it flies. Maybe those toes wrap around the leg. This might get a little more interesting. There we go. Hang on. If you're adding the arms, we'll take them to that V. You're going to cross right under left this time, and then wrap them up. And again, you can go palm to palm, back of hand to back of hand. Nice big hug. Listen to your shoulders. See where they're at. As you focus in, maybe you look beyond the arms to a non-moving focal point on the wall. I know that could be a challenge. That drishti can be very helpful here. Keep that little softness. There's even almost a little bend through my hips here. Knees are bent just slightly. Strong and steady. On your next exhale, we'll go ahead and unwind everything, shaking it out. Nice work. We'll meet back at the front of the mat and use a vinyasa to help us journey down. So from Tadasana, inhale the arms up. Exhale as you forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Plant the hands, step it back. Lower down. Inhale up to your cobra. Exhale to down dog. From here, we'll lower the knees, uncurl the toes, hips to heels, child's pose. You can keep toes near one another, knees near one another, or you could take the knees wide to the edges of the mat, creating a little extra space to melt into. Arms can stay overhead. You could soften the elbows, taking a little bend there. Find your center. Stay present in your practice. Gently walk the hands in as we lift up. Rotate onto a favorite hip and find a comfortable seated spot, whatever that looks like for you this morning. We'll bring hands together at heart center to take a moment. Maybe the eyes close, maybe the gaze just softens here. As you tap in, just to see where you're at, to see how you're feeling today. No judgment, just awareness so that you can honor yourself as you move from the practice back out into the world, knowing that you can cultivate this peace, this presence. At any moment in your day, you can return to the breath. Your eyes are closed. You can gently flutter them open. Feel in our practice. I encourage you to take kind thoughts, kind words, and kind intentions with you from now until we meet again. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for our practice this morning. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. I'll see you back on the mat next Tuesday morning. Bye, everyone. Can you say bye, Molly? All right. Sweet girl.